Hi, this is Bill Cates, and welcome once again to the Referral Champions video trading program. Today, strategy number 3, promoting referrals to prospects and clients. Now it's time to get proactive around referrals. Sometimes I refer to this as planting referral seeds. We plant the seed early in the relationship or at any point in the relationship, and then later we water it with a little trust, a little value, a little business friendship, and it bears fruit in referrals. And sometimes many of these strategies will actually produce referrals right on the spot. And the first one, celebrate meeting new prospects through referrals. Acknowledge the benefits, acknowledge the value of meeting them through referral. Here's an example of what it could sound like. You'll use your own words and make it natural for you, but it'll go something like this. You know, Bob, it's great sitting down with you for the first time. I've appreciated our phone conversations. You know, George spoke pretty highly of you. It sounds like you guys go way back. And Bob says, yeah. And you go, you know, my guess is, Bob, that you wouldn't be sitting down here with me right now if it wasn't for your friend George recommending that we get together. Is that true? Bob says, yeah. And you go, well, you know, that's the way this business works. When people see value in the work I do, and they want to share that with other people they care about, and they introduce me to those folks, I found that everybody feels a little bit more comfortable. You feel a little more comfortable sitting down with me, and I feel a little bit more comfortable sitting down with you. Does that make sense? And Bob says, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. So again, your words may be a little different, but we've acknowledged and celebrated the value and the benefits of meeting someone through referral. This isn't a gimmick. This isn't tricky, something we're trying to do. This is just acknowledging the truth. People do feel more comfortable sitting down with us when they're referred to us, introduced to us from someone else. So that's one way to plant the seed. Here's something I've been teaching for a long time, and maybe you've even heard of this one before. Don't keep me a secret, right? Don't keep me a secret. This is something that goes into their unconscious, and later they're having a conversation with a friend, a family member, a colleague around some aspect of their financial life, and they think of you because you serve them in that way, and then the referral takes root. The referral takes hold. Don't keep me a secret. They don't keep you a secret. Sometimes it turns into referrals right on the spot. Let me give you a few examples. Larry DeNoia, Westchester County, New York, has a client in his office on a Friday morning, says to her, you know, I just want to let you know I'm still taking on new clients. I'd appreciate it if you don't keep me a secret. His client thinks of her sister, who in the past was happy with who she was working with, but something must have changed. Because at Friday evening, Larry's working a little late. 6:30, gets a call from his sister. Mr. DeNoia, I'd like to meet with you as quickly as possible. How soon can we set it up? They set up a meeting for 10 o'clock Monday morning, and at that meeting, she made a commitment to invest $1 million through him. Larry told me it was the fastest turnaround from prospect to client he's ever had. He says it pays to say don't keep me a secret and to work a little late on Fridays. Let me tell you about Cindy Dunn. This is what I call the IR rollover. And Cindy told me this. A client of mine received this quarterly statement on his annuity and called because he was happy that it was moving along well, and noticed his 401k at work was losing money and wanted to know what suggestions that I might have. I told him I'd be glad to go over his 401k and review it with him. When we met, he told me how happy he was working with me and with his account. So, of course, I thanked him and told him to go back to work and to tell his buddies about the great work we do. I said, don't keep me a secret. Well, the next day, I received a call from this client. He said he had a couple of guys from work that wanted to meet with me. I met with the first referral prospect on Friday, and he rolled over an IRA from another firm for a GDC of over $6,800. Thanks, Bill Cates, is what Cindy said to me. Whether you're brand new in this business or been at this business for a long time, don't keep me a secret can turn into referrals, sometimes right on the spot. Let me tell you about Mark Williams. I don't have a photo of Mark, so I drew a likeness. Mark had a client in his office and said, please don't keep the work we do a secret. And so his client thought of his mother, who had just sold her home. She was downsizing. She had $800,000 in cash, wanted some help. Mark starts to help her with that, discovered she had $4 million with another firm. That money's been transferred over as well. Mark Williams got a $4.8 million client just by saying, don't keep me a secret to the son. I don't know about you, but I tried this a few times. First of all, it's not going to hurt the relationship. Your client's not going to say, oh, I can't believe you said that. Give me my check back. Or I can't believe you said that. I'm moving my money. That's not going to happen. The worst thing that will happen is people out of politeness will say, sure, we'll keep you in mind. Right? Don't keep me a secret. Great one to use. Never too busy to see if I can be a resource for your friends, family members, colleagues. Never too busy to see if I can be a resource. Qualifying words. Never too busy to see if I can be a resource. If you've been at this for a while and not everyone fits your practice anymore, well, you want to make sure you're in a qualifying mode, always in a qualifying mode. Never too busy to see if I can be a resource. If you're brand new in this business, you need activity, you need to practice your thing, just take the to see out. Never too busy to help. Never too busy to be a resource for other people you care about. And that word resource, it's a great word. It's a great word when it comes to prospecting because it's low key, no pressure when it comes to resource. No one wants to buy anything they don't want to buy, but everybody wants a resource. When you present yourself to new prospects over the phone or in person, I love to present myself as a resource for you. I'd love to present myself as an additional resource for you. Can you see how that's proactive but not threatening? Give referrals in a way that makes a great connection. You know, when we talked about your referral mindset, we talked about the importance of being a referral giver, being a connector. Well, when you do give referrals, make sure you create a good connection. You see, I found that when we suggest a resource for a client, but we don't create the connection, it's a nice gesture, but no value has been transferred. So we really haven't created the connection that we really want to create here. We haven't planted the seed for referrals in the way we want to. We want to make sure we make connections. So here's a simple thing that I do that you can do as well. Whenever I give a referral, whenever I think that I'm introducing two people to each other, I always put in my reminder system 3, 4, 5 days later, it pops up and says, did Bob call Sally? Did Mary call George? Has the connection gone through? And here's what I found. When you take just a little time and a little energy to make a good connection with people, when you give referrals, they will do the same for you. As you give referrals, how you give referrals will determine how you get referrals. Make great connections for others, they will make great connections for you. And here's kind of an example of this. This is a great thing you can say to a prospect, to a client. Heck, you could be at a wedding this weekend and run into someone who owns their own business. You get a small business owner or a salesperson or a professional of any kind who needs more clients or customers for their business. Say, if I ran into a great prospect for your business, how would I know it? And how would you like me to introduce them to you? A genuine willingness to give referrals, to make connections. Now, I used to say, if I ran into a good prospect for your business, how would I know it? And that's not bad, you know, letting people know that you're going to be on the lookout. But now, because introductions are so important in today's world, now I've added that other part, how would you like me to introduce them to you? How would you like me to connect them to you? Again, demonstrating your willingness to give referrals and your willingness to create connections. You think if you said this to folks who need referrals, need clients, customers for their business, they'd first of all appreciate it? Of course they would. And do you think it might have it come back and help you? Absolutely. Great way to plant seeds. If I ran into a good prospect for your business, how would I know it? How would you like me to introduce them to you? Now, this is an important one. Two of the main reasons why people don't give referrals, why clients don't give referrals. They're concerned about confidentiality and they don't know what it would look like. It's an unknown. They don't know how you would receive, process, handle the referral. And because it's an unknown, it's a risk. And what we want to do is remove that risk or minimize that risk. So the conversation goes a little something like this. Now again, you'll use words that are natural for you, but you get the idea. You know, George, something I want to run by you real quick. You know, many of my clients like to introduce the work I do to others. And gosh, if that opportunity ever presents itself to you, I think it would be good for you to have a sense of how I'd handle it, what it would look like, so you feel comfortable. First of all, the work we do, completely confidential. They're never going to learn about your financial situation from me and vice versa. Second of all, we handle this sort of thing with great care. I don't like to call people from out of the blue and surprise them and make them wonder, why did George give my name out? Right? I like to work through introductions where people have a sense of who I am, why I'm calling, and they're open to my phone call. Many of my clients like to talk to me first, and they say, Bill, I've got someone I'd like you to contact, or someone who might benefit from the work you do, and I say, great, let's talk about it. And together, we craft an approach that will be comfortable for the client, comfortable for the person they're introducing me to, and also effective. How's that sound? And that's it. We haven't asked for referrals, but we've planted a very strong seed, and we've removed some of the objections, some of the resistance, some of the fears that the client might have around giving referrals. Doesn't it make sense that all of your clients, or at least your A clients, the ones you want to clone, know what it would look like if they thought of someone that might benefit from the work you do. So please make sure you educate all your clients, or at least your A clients, how you handle referrals. And you build your script around confidentiality and handle with care. So Myra, something I want to run by you real quick. Many of my clients like to introduce the work I do to other people, and I just want you to know, if that opportunity ever presents itself to you, how we'd handle it, what it would look like. First of all, the work we've done together, completely confidential. They will never learn about your situation from me, and vice versa. Second of all, I don't like to call people from the blue and bother them and make them wonder, why did Samira give their name out? I like to work through introductions. So if you identify someone and you think maybe I could be a resource for them, let me know. Together we'll figure out the best way for me to meet them so they feel comfortable, you feel comfortable, everybody feels good about the process. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Good. Now, from time to time, it's important that we educate at least some of our clients, particularly those A clients, who we serve the best, who our practice is geared towards, so that we get the right kind of referrals. For those of you who are old enough, remember who this is in the slide. This is from Gilligan's Island, Thurston Howell III and his wife Lovey, the millionaire and his wife. And they certainly make great prospects, great clients if they could ever get off the island. So there does come a time when it's important to communicate to clients, especially centers of influence. CPAs, attorneys, other folks can be great centers of influence. Who you serve the best, who your practice is geared towards. Make it client-centered. Notice I'm not saying my minimum is who we serve the best, who our client experience is geared towards, who our processes are geared towards. And so educate your clients. If you find yourself that you're getting the wrong kind of referrals, this is a way of planting seeds that may be very helpful for you. Now, this is something that many of you can put on your outgoing voice message, and it goes something like this. Please leave a message at the tone, and if you refer to us, please let us know who we need to thank. Now, everyone who gets your voice message knows that you get referrals and you say thank you for referrals. It's part of building that culture, that referral culture of doing business with you. Here's a photograph of something that a client sent to me not too long ago, of a little plaque he had made by a trophy shop that says, the greatest compliment you can give to me is an introduction to someone else you care about. This is a nice way of planting a referral seed or promoting referrals. Now granted, this is a little bit advisor-centered, it's a little bit agent-centered, it's a little bit about them, but not too bad. It's really about service to others. Now I know many financial professionals who are putting by referral only on their business card. Now some are hedging a little bit and they're putting by referral on their business card. They're not putting by referral only. But think about it for a second. If you have by referral or by referral only on your business card, what message are you sending to prospects and to clients? That you're successful, right? And that in a sense you're a limited resource and you only talk to people that are referred to you. And so what happens is your clients start to talk about you in ways that their friends or colleagues say, do you think she would have time for me? Do you think he would have time for me? Lots of ways to plant these seeds. Now, let's make sure we don't forget to plant seeds. So let me tell you a little about Brenda. Brenda went through my boot camp, Brenda went through my coaching program, and she loved planting seeds. She found it very effective, and she wanted to make sure she didn't forget. So she created some 3x5 cards with different ways of planting seeds, and she wrote them on these 3x5 cards. They now sit on her desk, and anytime she gets on the phone with a client, she thinks, plant a seed, do I want to plant a seed? And if so, which one will I do? She picks up the cards, she leaves through them quietly. Now, does she plant the seed every time with every client she's on the phone? No, of course not. But every now and then she does, because she doesn't forget. Very important that we take the ideas and translate them into action. So when do you promote referrals? When do you plant referral seeds? Well, basically, the ideal time to do it is when someone acknowledges value of the meeting, of the process, of the relationship. When someone says, hey, this is great, this has been a great meeting. Great, please don't keep the important work we do a secret out there. Or someone says, I always feel so much better after I meet with you. It's nice to hear, and just so you know, I'm never too busy to see if I can be a resource for other people you care about. Or someone says, I really appreciate the work we've done. I really appreciate what you showed me here. And you say, great, I appreciate that. I'm glad that our relationship is where it needs to be. And by the way, many of my clients like to introduce the work I do to others. And if that opportunity ever presents itself to you, handle with care, confidentiality, right? So when value has been delivered and the value has been recognized by that client or that prospect, that's when you can plant seeds. Now, you don't have to wait for that. You can say, don't keep me a secret. You can say, never too busy. You can put that voicemail on there. You can plant seeds in lots of ways. You don't have to wait for that value recognition, but let's start to pay attention. Let's tune our awareness into what's going on in our relationships with our prospects and clients, and make sure when people do acknowledge the value of the meeting, of the process, of the relationship, that we leverage that a little bit, that we don't miss those opportunities to plant seeds. So, exercise with your referral buddy, with your team, by yourself. Look at your notes. What methods of promoting referrals can you begin using right now, today? Don't keep me a secret, never too busy, etc. What methods can you use after you take just a little time to practice? So for instance, educating your clients on how you receive referrals. I recommend you write that out a little bit, put it in your own words, and practice it a few times with a buddy, with a colleague, with a friend. Right? Even practice it with a client if you have a great business friendship with them. Educating your clients on who you serve the best, who your practice is geared towards. Practice that a few times. And with practice comes confidence. And with confidence comes action. And with action comes results. Practice, practice, take action, produce results. Right? We're not going to start doing some of these until you get confident with them, and that takes writing it out and creating practice. So please start promoting referrals. Make sure you're a subscriber to the Referral Minute, referralminute.com. Make sure you visit our store from time to time, referralcoachstore.com. And if you'd like to bring our video training into a larger group, into a team, an agency, your firm, a producer group, whatever it may look like for you, go to referraltraining.com and you'll learn all about our other video training program, the Referral Advantage video training program. So this has been strategy number 3, promoting referrals to prospects and clients. I hope you found this helpful, and remember, ideas do not make you more successful. Acting on ideas makes you more successful. We'll see you next lesson.